I want to do this video. It's a little different from my normal videos, but I had a moment of transparency that I really wanted to share. This is kind of vulnerable. It's different, and it's I don't know. It's just I wanted to get this out, right? So so it's the end of 2024. We only have a few more weeks left in the year, and there's some things I wanted to share with you guys about what this year has been for me. This has been a year of a lot of ups and downs for me. I started the year off doing like an 8-week, like lose 30 pounds in 8 weeks. It was like my journey through to get some weight off that I picked up at the end of 2023. So the story really starts at the end of 2023. I had 4 people in my family die. Just simple as that. That's what happened, right? My aunt, one of the most important people in my life, passed away at the end of 2023, and I shut down, like literally shut down in a way that I hadn't expected. It was like everything shut down for me, and it felt like for 6 months I was watching a movie of my life that I wasn't participating in. And I hadn't experienced anything like that before. So I didn't really understand what was happening. Like, I was doing a lot of things. So my business was actually doing pretty well at first, right? I was traveling still. I was doing my YouTube videos. I was losing weight, right? Because I was doing the whole, 8 weeks, 30 pounds in 8 weeks. So I was working out. I was, just kind of going through the motions of life. And at the same time, I was still like meditating and eating on plan and trying to be my best self and still coaching. Like I had started a membership where I was, helping women to live their healthiest life. And I love doing that, right? I was coaching in business, showing folks how to grow, how to grow a YouTube channel and how to, really not just folks. I was mostly health business owners, how to grow a YouTube channel and use YouTube to grow their business, and also just how to set their business up in an efficient way and whatever, right? So that's what I was working on. That's one of the businesses that I have. So that's what I was doing, and things were going well. And then I think by the time, so I had one aunt pass and then another aunt pass about a month and a half later, and then 3 months later, my uncle passed and my cousin passed all in the same week. And I think when that happened, I thought, in my mind, and this was like the end of April. I remember I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let I can't sit in sadness and grief anymore. I need to get back participating in my life. I need to feel better again, all these things. And I thought that I had done it, right? But something still wasn't quite right, if that makes sense. So I continued to do like healing, a lot of self-care, and I was feeling better. I did feel like I was participating again in my life, right? I was still eating well, eating right. I kept the 30 pounds off. Things were going well. And then something happened. I would say things were going well physically. Emotionally, I wasn't crying as much. And what I realized is I still hadn't fully dealt with the grief. I still really couldn't even say my aunt's name or talk about her or anything. It was really, really hard. And this is really vulnerable and emotional. I wasn't expecting this. This is odd. Anyways, so what I want to share in this video is what happened in 2024 for me and how I finally overcame everything and am able to move through, right? So that's what I want to share with y'all today. I know I went through some stuff at the beginning, but I want to share that because I think it's just important. It's important for us to realize that life is going to happen, and there's going to be some times where, because life is happening, our body reacts in different and weird ways. And so I want to share with you all what I went through and how hopefully it'll help you as you're going through some of that, to give yourself some grace and also to move past some of it, right? So I kept that 30 pounds off, and it was, mid-April, and or it was the end of April. It was the end of April because it was my grandmother's 100th birthday party, and my uncle had just passed, and we had his funeral, and my cousin had just passed. It was really, really a tough time. And then like the summer happened, and the summer was great, and I was spending time with the kids, and but I realized that I had essentially let go of a big part of my business during that time. Like, I was like, I could only do one thing at a time. Something in me that could literally only do one thing at a time all of a sudden. And you're talking to Mrs. Multitasker, right? Like, well, I try not to multitask, but at least Mrs. Get stuff done. Like, I'm efficient. Like, that's a big thing for me. But I could literally only focus on one thing. And when I say one thing at a time, I mean for, like weeks. I couldn't do multiple things. I couldn't progress in my career and in my family at the same time, and in my health, right? So all of these things are competing for attention for me. And here's what I did. I let go of the health piece. Not all the way. It was really weird. So I continued to exercise. I continued to eat, really like a modified low-carb way of eating, prioritizing my protein heavily, and still kind of maintaining. But then I allowed like the grief to come back in, and also I was feeling like a failure a little bit when it came to my family. Though I was focusing a lot on them, I was cooking more, we were spending a lot of time together, I started to feel like, well, last year I started to allow so many other things to come to my head. Like during the beginning of the year, I didn't notice that, my son was missing some things when it came to school, like missing some homework assignments. So while I was going through my grief earlier in the year, I missed this and I missed that. And so I started to focus on those things, and it began to actually affect my health. When I say affect my health, I'll tell you exactly how. First, my cortisol was through the roof. Cortisol levels were through the roof. So essentially I was holding on to excess weight, and sometimes even gaining weight. And it didn't matter what I ate or how I ate, the weight wanted to come on. Like literally 20 pounds. I gained 20 pounds from August to November. Crazy. And like I was working out, I was, doing the things that I normally do. I was even still meditating, all the things, but my cortisol was through the roof because of the trauma and the blame. And so I continued to like pick up weight, and it was scary. And I'm like, I've not gained weight like this. I don't know if ever I'd gained weight like that. No, yeah, I did a long time ago, but it had been a long time, right? I mean, I think it was into 2018, and I shared that here on YouTube. You can always go back and watch that video, how, I gained some weight, and it was me, another time of me blaming myself for something that I couldn't control. I picked up, I think I picked up like 40 pounds or something, and I was extra busy and all that stuff. And so the same thing happened between August and November. It wasn't 40, thank God, but it was still 20, right? 20 pounds. And I'm like, I did all this work and just let that weight creep back up. And it was like, I felt like I couldn't stop it. And so I literally had to step back and decide how I was going to plan out the next year of my life. Because fact of the matter is, if I wouldn't have stopped and figured out a way to like level set, this weight would have continued to creep on, and before you know it, I would have been back to, I don't even like to say it, but like at one point I was 350 pounds, right? I lost the weight naturally. I healed my body. I healed myself. I did all these things. I refused to go back. That's insane to think about. But I was literally I could have been on my way, right? If I had continued on that path. So what I did is I began to create a plan, right? A plan, and I'm going to share that in another video, actually the beginning of 2025. I'm going to share my plan for 2025 on how to set yourself up for success, right? I'm going to share my plan, and I'm going to share like how to create the plan. And then in my for the ladies who are in our YouTube membership, we go live and all those things together, right? And you get like inside stuff. So I'm going to share with you guys, the ladies that are in the membership, I'm going to share with you like how to create your plan. Like we're going to literally do it together. It's not just how to create it, but I'm going to like go work with you, like work with the ladies together. Every week we're going to be putting that plan together to set 2025 up for success, right? That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. I'm super excited. If you haven't joined the membership yet, you just click join below. Like there's like a little icon below my profile or even below this video, I think, that says join. Click that and get into the membership. It's really low cost. But and it's right here on YouTube too. You don't have to go anywhere else for this membership. We're here on YouTube. So go ahead and join. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to be creating the 2025 plan. And we're going to live into it the whole year. Because it's super important. And it's how we get to be our healthiest selves. So that's what I began to do. I began to create this plan. And now stick to the plan. And I actually have a video that I just posted recently about like healthy habits that I used to lose the 120 pounds to begin with. And I've started to go back to those things, right? Those like really, those healthy habits along with this plan. And it actually got to be incorporated into the plan. The other thing that I did was I finally decided that, you know, I've got to release this. You know, I've got to not just release it, but embrace it. You know, embrace the fact that, okay, you know, we lost a lot of people, right? A lot of people very quickly. And the thing is, that's going to happen in life. So either we stop and like literally let life pass us by, or we continue forward and embrace the fact that we got to have those people in our lives, that we love them and they are amazing and they were a light to this earth, right? And then we get to keep moving forward. And then also just that feeling of they're still with us. You know, I felt I felt my aunt with me all the way up till like the end of February. It's wild. Like literally felt her every step of the way. And I think that's why I was able to lose the weight and feel better and all that stuff. But then it was like, I don't know what happened, but I didn't feel her anymore. And I think that's when I probably let the grief come in heavily and it was rough. But basically, I think creating this plan and allowing myself to, number one, embrace what happened and be thankful for what happened and understand that everything is done for my good. And then on top of that, to really use this plan that I created, that's been the game changer for me. Because we get to be thankful for the life that we have. We get to be thankful for the people that we've have had in our lives. And that's been a blessing for me. So I hope that this helps someone out there to say, okay, 2024 was rough for a lot of us, for some people, right? Some people had an amazing 2024, right? But for some, it was pretty rough. And so to be able to say, okay, I get to do better. I get to feel better. I get to embrace that. I get to understand it. And I get to give myself some grace for what I dealt with in 2024. And I get to allow myself to be free of it all and clear and step into 2025 with a plan to live my happiest and healthiest life. And that's what we're going to be doing. And so check out my next video. I'll have a video coming up. So actually set your notification. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and set up your notification so that so that you'll be notified when I post my videos, so that when I post that next video, you can literally be right there taking notes to make your plan. And if you're not in the membership already, hop on in, because we're gonna be doing this together, like live as well, right? I'm gonna give you guys the steps. So if you're not in the membership, you're still gonna get the steps in that video. But if you are in the membership, we're gonna literally do it together, all right? So I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, all right? Be your happiest and healthiest self. Take care.
Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to watch my mom's next video.